Now, going over to the political part of the podcast, you have Chris Christie says it's time to move on from Trump. However, Chris Christie is immediately ratioed. Because of course he is. Now, Chris Christie is purportedly running for the nominee for the Republican Party. That's a rumor I've heard. That's a joke, because technically he is, but his polling is at less than 3%? Now, let's see here. Now I'm wondering what he's trailing at. Let's see, it's 930. That's the political aggregate one. Political poll for Republican nominee. Always helps if I could spell, or if I could type correctly. Let's see here. Last time I checked, let's see. Where is it? 930. Chris Christie polling. 530. Is it for it? Oh, 538. That's why. So, this is just a simple poll asking people, do they have a favorable or unfavorable opinion of Chris Christie? 51.7% of people say they have an unfavorable view of Chris Christie. And that is the aggregate of 6 polls. I'm trying to see, and those polls look like they have between 800 and 1,000 people participating in each poll. Now, granted, I don't see the geographic or the further breakdown of the metric, or not the metrics, of the poll samples, but nevertheless, he's not very popular. Now, he actually went on the TV. I was going to say, some would say he went home. He's on CNN. Now, the text before the video says, quote, this is from Chris Christie, "The walls are closing in on Donald Trump. It's time for us to move on from this guy. While I'll be taking on Joe Biden and the Democrats directly, Trump will be campaigning from courtrooms." And Chris Christie, perhaps this is one time where you're thankful we don't have picture-in-picture production at this point, so you don't have to actually see Chris Christie. However, I know for future people are asking that in the comments, so if you have suggestions for a production software that could enable that, I would appreciate that, as I have tried a couple and still struggling to find one that works with the camera I currently have. So without further ado, Chris Christie on CNN.
How worried should Trump be right now about Mark Meadows being granted immunity?
Desperately worried. Wolf, I'll tell you a story. The day that Donald Trump named Mark Meadows chief of staff, he called me and told me that Mark Meadows was going to be the next James Baker. Now, look, if the person you call the next James Baker is now testifying that you were lying to the American people about the election results from election night forward, which is reportedly what Mark Meadows is testifying, and that you knew all along that what you were saying was not backed up by the facts, Donald Trump is in very, very big trouble, and he is going to face real jail time for doing this if that's what's proven in court.
Right now, Trump is clearly still the dominant frontrunner for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination. Will this latest development with Mark Meadows actually impact how voters, Republican voters, feel about the former president?
Wolf, the walls are closing in on Donald Trump. Jenna Ellis pled guilty today. She's agreed to testify against the former president. Sidney Powell's agreed to testify against the former president. Ken Chesbrough has agreed to testify against the former president, not only in Atlanta, but also in the federal January 6th trial for Jack Smith. And now Mark Meadows.
So that's Chris Christie on the Twitter, getting 50,000 views, which for Chris Christie is pretty good. He's not a heavy hitter. Well, in a way he's a heavy hitter, but not in the traditional way. Now, in terms of the feedback, I was going to say, I don't even have to speculate. We all know it's going to be hilariously inept, so let's check it out. One of the first top responses is from Steve. Steve says, quote, "While you are correct that lying is a good way to become a successful politician, you aren't that good at it. I'm just saying." Getting 21 likes. James Boyce saying, quote, "You're not doing it for us, Chris," unquote. He got 16 likes. Not important enough to impeach, this gentleman says, quote, I remember when we waited for the legal systems to sort out your bridge issues before we judged you. It's classlessness not to expect the same grace to Trump, unquote. Getting 43 likes. However, politics and hypocrisy are, unfortunately, all too ingrained in another, so it seems. Someone by the name of S. Petrie said, quote, Christie once again demonstrating that his campaign can be summed up as, quote, all the Democratic Party lies and talking points repeated by the most touted Republicans in history, unquote, getting 22 likes. And Carter simply saying, quote, Christie, seriously, give it up. It's embarrassing. No one is going to vote for you ever, period, unquote. And she got 26 likes. Patriot Freedom Project said, quote, Christie is not a serious candidate. He is a shill to do exactly what he is doing. This guy would never have the support of his own state. 47 likes for that particular one. Isabella Marco De Luca says, quote, all you talk about is Trump, unquote, with laughy smiley emojis. She got 121 likes. Joshua Sexton said, quote, do you write this tweet while breathing heavily, unquote. Getting 14 likes. This got, perhaps that could be a scavenger hunt, like kind of like remember that game when you were a kid, Where's Waldo, where you spend a copious amounts of time trying to find someone in a very distinct looking uniform? Well, in this case, perhaps we can play that game right here, right now. However, updated. Where's Chris Christie supporters? Let's dive in. There's got to be one. There's got to be one person in the comments who actually supports him. A lot of people telling him to sit down. The clown emoji is very popular. They're using that a lot. Let's see. Tyler says, oinky, oink, piggy Christie, unquote, getting 6 likes. The Jefferson, who gets an A+ for marketing because the profile picture is of the OG Thomas Jefferson. This person says, quote, Krusty isn't even serious about a real campaign. All he wants to do is bash Trump. Krusty has 0% chance of being president. You can read all through his comments, and all the comments are people hating Krusty and defending Trump, unquote. Getting 26 likes. Again, the search continues. Does he have any real supporters in the comments section? Someone by the name of Mega Girl, who gets a B- for marketing because she's not wearing the iconic red hat. So I suspect her allegiance. Partially kidding. Now, she says, quote, why don't you run as a Democrat because that's what you are, unquote. She got 29 likes. Someone by the name of Maga Michelle. Again, no, what happened to the hat? I thought that was iconic. She's not wearing the hat either. Now, Miss Maga Michelle says, quote, and he'll stomp all over you, Tubby, 2%, unquote. She got 87 likes. However, I do believe at one point he did get 3% in terms of Republican nominee vote for support. It's not much, but it's something. There are many AI-generated pictures of Chris Christie looking particularly large, including a Halloween pack. All right, I've just scrolled through 2 pages. I'm literally saying see more comments. A lot of people saying LMFAO. Some saying eat another donut. Gunnar Nordvist says, quote, Chris Christie is for the political persecution of political opponents, just like his uniparty friend Joe Biden, unquote. Getting 3 likes. Okay, all right, there's a lot of memes with Fat Albert. All right, there's got to be... someone named the Patriot Warrior simply says, the walls are always closing in at the buffet line when Chris is hungry, unquote. Although he did not get any likes. Many views, but not so much likes. We're really digging down to the comic section here. Dave asked, or rather he says, quote, do you have custom belts made, unquote? Which, presumably, if he did, he would actually have it be a brand ambassador. In terms of having a brand ambassador, you have podcasters, politicians. Many of them have their own brands and they have endorsement deals. I mean, of all the lost business opportunities, that actually would be a good one in terms of having a durable, supportive belt. If they were to sponsor Chris Christie, I mean, that'd be a testament to the product if he were to continue to work throughout his duration of using the product. However, I guess he just doesn't, he's not very good at marketing or making money for his campaign. Well, clearly he's not very good at campaigning or raising funds for his campaign, but that seems to be a really good sponsor right there. perhaps he just needs a little bit more creativity in his campaign. Nevertheless, the hunt or the search continues. Another one says, by name of Setting the Record Straight, says, "You'll never see the debate stage that Biden has on it," unquote. Oh my gosh, there's got to be one. So gross. CNN, what a joke. A lot of people saying you haven't moved on. Trump is living in his head rent free. Not. Is done, big guy. You lost. You'll be what? You're still here. Cutlery says, quote, "You fit on CNN because you're a rhino hack," unquote. You're polling at 1%. What's your belt size? You're a grifter. MAGA is on the move and you are stuck in the swamp. We will find one. Now I'm determined. There's got to be one person in this comment section. He has 0 following. Oh my gosh. A lot of people praising Trump. Let's see. People using vernacular that is not too polite for public conversation. A lot of simply people just responding with the emoji of a laughing person. Mel Taurus says, "Every time you mention his name, he only gets stronger," unquote. I mean, now it's just now Scavenger Shot's really digging the bottom of the barrel. It's got to be one person. A lot of people saying Rhino, CNN puppet. LA sports fan for life saying, "Dude, you're obsessed with Trump." A lot of people saying, "No, you're wrong. You're an embarrassment. Go Chris. Go to jail." Nope. Trump 24. Trump 24. But people, ooh, that's a new interesting pejorative, not metaphor, but comparison. I haven't heard this line of thought before. Some by the name of Havoc, which, appropriate name, perhaps they're trying to cause havoc in the comics section. This person says, "K White Lizzo," unquote. And although he only got one view, I thought it was important nevertheless to bring that up. A lot of people saying he should be on a diet program. A lot of people saying Trump 2024. Pro-corruption Christie. You'll be campaigning a lot from Burger King. You need bigger pants. The walls are... There has to be one. No one cares. A lot of Trump hats. Oh my gosh. A lot of AI generating pictures of Chris Christie looking large. You're so obsessed. Get lost, slob. Whatever, Porky. The walls are closing. And with all this, you're still at 1%. He becomes more popular every day. You're not doing anything with 2% of the vote. You're a scumbag. Honk honk. The bridge is jamming up. Army veteran. So, oh yeah, that's interesting. Someone did a GIF of the Madagascar penguin who's pointing to a shipping label, and then they photoshopped it to say, "Know your place," and it says, "Comma trash." That only got 1 like, but nevertheless, I thought it was worth saying. We're so far down in the comics section, they're not even getting a lot of likes. Well, a lot of them are only getting 1 or 2 views. I say that, and I just found one that has 2 likes. Dave says, quote, "CNN offer you a job yet? Maybe you can replace Acosta." A lot of people saying Chris Christie's a backstabber. They're saying they support Trump. Oh my gosh. He'll be winning. Never. People is gone. Looks like you haven't moved in decades. Chris Christie. Someone by the name of Suspense Drifts says Christie is the fastest Democrat there is. A lot of the gifts for people are rolling their eyes. Is that it? I think I got... It's like, if you search for something on Google, getting to the last search result page, like, statistically speaking, most people don't even go beyond page 2 of search results on Google. We're in like the 30th page of Google search results. I just got to the very bottom. I haven't seen that on any public figure ever, with the exception of Burham, who's the politician from North Dakota who's running for a Republican nominee. So this is the second time actually this has actually happened. And a lot of people calling him a rhino. It's almost mathematically impossible. Like, does his family not even go on Twitter or X? Or does his staff not go on the platform? Like, why aren't even they aren't saying like good job or anything, not giving him any accolades? So now we're going to scroll back up. Let's see. Again, people calling us backstabbers. Things with a Z in the spelling. This person says, haven't heard one single person say you're going to be president. People saying go away Rhino. People saying he's a loser. Christie back. Okay, this. So we've looked all the way through the comments going down. I'm going to go up really quick and see if we see one positive response for Christie. Walls are someone by the name of Dick Rickinson saying walls are closing in for the 9th or 10th time. Kyle Martin says he becomes more popular every day. However, this person is, the way that it is written, it sounds like that person is referring to Trump. So again, that's not a popular one. You're obsessed. A lot of people call it referring to the Uniparty and donuts. Again, another lost sponsorship deal. Dunkin' Donuts is a northeastern-based company. Just a stone throw. Oh, I was going to say a stone throw away, or perhaps a better metaphor is a donut throw away. But again, that's not, again, in terms of sponsorships, I don't believe they're contributing to his campaign. Another lost opportunity. Someone just did, they just did a GIF where it just has the word evil flashing. A lot of GIFs of Trump. A lot of GIFs of the overweight guy from, what is it, the Austin Powers franchise. Someone by the name of Debbie saying, quote, Trump never lied to the American people. Everyone knows he won the election. Trump is right that the election was a fraud in many ways. He is also right that for Republicans to win elections, we need to stop the fraud. I support Trump 100%. Person got 3 views and 1 like. Not to brag, but my upcoming Cigars and Cybersecurity event that I've tweeted had 17 views and even 1 like. My company may have liked it, but that's neither here nor there. Someone by name of KMFO saying narrator voice, he won't be taking on Biden. Bring Back Floco says this Chris guy is built exactly like Nadler. Many GIFs of people eating copious amounts of ice cream. I'm scrolling all the way up. Pro-corruption Christie gets 0 likes but 1 view. A lot of Trump 2024 is going up. If you can't keep Trump, Someone by the name of Paul says, if you keep Trump off the ticket or if you run against him as an independent in general election, this Democrat will vote for you. This person got 1 like and 15 views. So we're halfway through the top. A lot of people mentioning he's polling between 1% and 3%. This is fascinating. The walls are closing in is very, very common in terms of the comments. A lot of people bringing back GIFs of Fat Albert. This is mathematically seemingly impossible. Even Ted Cruz, who isn't very popular on social media traditionally, he usually gets more positive responses. He always gets some. A lot of Chris Christie sitting on the highway in a lawn chair. Not nice things about his wife that I'll skip over those comments. Somebody, I read that already. You say a lot of people saying you've been saying this since 2016, silly goose. How far away were the walls when they started closing in? Is that they are still very far away? A lot of people calling him a pathetic liar. This is astonishing. We're almost at the top. We're almost back. James Boyce saying you're not doing it for us, Chris, getting 16 likes. I already said that. Well, folks, you saw it or you heard it here today. Chris Christie just got the ultimate ratio, as youth might say. Not a single positive response. Out of 50, and there's 50 or 49,000 views, and there has to be at least 100 comments. Not a single positive one. Which means not even his support staff or family follow him on Twitter and or take the time to stick up for him or give him accolades or say kudos to you. Or more appropriate, perhaps, is a donut for you. So it'll be interesting to see, in terms of Chris Christie's campaign, I don't think it's going to be getting better anytime soon. And perhaps let me know in the comments, maybe we should have an award for ratio of the year on the social media, or political epic fail is also another trophy we might be able to send him in the mail. It'll be interesting to see, but when it comes to this campaign, I would say the Magic 8 Ball or the Magic Deep Fried 8 Ball would say the outlook is not so good. Thank you again, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. I know we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of October. I know it's mere hours away. However, a wise pilot once told me, never tell me the odds. So if you can click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, a comment is a great way to let me know how I can make the channel and the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.